Welcome back, everybody. Brandon, hit it.
Oh yeah! Catching the cradle in the silver spoon. Little boy blue and the man on the moon.
Welcome.
Thanks, man.
Yeah, that was Brandon. Thank you. That was awesome.
Brandon's a hard hitting guy.
Yeah, he's just that type of guy that you literally like. Yeah.
He's a man.
Yeah.
We need more men in this world.
Yeah.
Men do a lot of good things. I mean, they do bad things, but we need like men that are look, he's father of 1.5 kids. He's working full time.
Hold it.
He's
Let's
school full
clarify.
time.
He doesn't have another kid yet, and the kid he has.
Well, he does. He's a half a kid.
Well, not like it's
I mean,
not like
it's
half
growing.
a human.
But yeah, sure. I mean,
It's not like missing like
like which half,
both
top or
legs.
bottom, left
Yeah.
or right, front or back.
Yeah. It's like growing human.
I think we need to just dive in right now.
Oh.
Some hard hitting topics.
Oh yeah. Okay. So,
You went to Ralph's basketball game afterwards. Go ahead and just carry us on.
so I go to Popeyes, Ken. So if you've ever been to Popeyes,
Popeye's chicken.
Popeyes chicken. If you've ever been there, the service isn't like the best,
So why is that? Like,
I
it's
don't know.
weird
It's
because
just Popeyes.
their chicken sandwich is amazing.
It's good. Yeah, it's good.
But how can the service be so bad?
I don't know. It's just like I don't know.
So there was a couple years ago when their chicken sandwich it like caught fire. Like they said, hey, we're gonna have a chicken sandwich, and all of a sudden it blew up.
Mhm.
And you would go to the restaurant. You'd be in the drive-through. You would be in that drive-through for 30 minutes, 20 to 30 minutes.
Dang, that's like going to In-N-Out or Cane's on a Saturday night.
No, but it was like it just didn't move. Like there wouldn't be like as many cars as an In-N-Out or a Cane's, but there would be like a third as many cars. It just wouldn't move. And so I was like, all right, I can hack a system. Like I'll park my car and go inside.
Yeah.
And so you'd go inside, and same thing, like what you're just saying, like the service level. I've
Yeah.
even been there when it's not busy, and it still takes them a long time.
Yeah, it's just a bad service. I don't know.
Good food, good sandwich. The chicken sandwich is great.
Oh, amazing. And so, sorry. Also, sometimes they'll be out of chicken. Like, why are you open if you're out of chicken? Like, I think they should put a flag up the flagpole that says we are out of chicken.
Yeah, 'cause, I mean, same thing during this chicken sandwich craze. They would have like, sorry, I'll have 2 chicken sandwiches.
Yeah.
Sorry, sir, there's no chicken sandwiches. You're like,
What is going
how
on?
does that happen?
I don't know.
But again, supply demand, and they weren't prepared for the demand, and so they didn't have the supply.
It's like going to McDonald's, like, oh, can I have a ice cream cone? You're like, no. Can I have a milkshake? Yeah.
But their ice cream machine does break down a lot. Anyway,
I know, but milkshake has ice cream in it.
yeah, but they're different machines. They're
Yeah.
just,
I don't know. It just doesn't make sense.
maybe you need to get a job there so it can make more sense.
Yeah. But we go to Popeyes, okay? And so I'm expecting there to be bad service if I don't get what I like usually. Like if I don't get what I order, I'm fine with it.
So I think we need to clarify. So you're there with your brother Ralph. Now, look, you guys look very similar. I know there's about 2 years apart,
Yeah.
but he's a little tall.
Yeah.
He's not taller than you, nor is he as strong as you.
Oh.
Nor is he anywhere near
Not
as
close.
handsome as
Flexing on the
I mean,
podcast.
Ralph's a handsome guy, but I mean, anyway, so you order yours, and then he orders his. So there's
2 separate orders.
you order what?
I order a normal chicken sandwich, a spicy chicken sandwich, and a side of mashed potatoes.
And he orders what?
2 original chicken sandwiches and a side of fries.
Okay, so you got potatoes, he gets fries.
Yeah.
Okay, so you actually went into the store.
No, we both went.
Yeah, so you're not doing
Yeah.
drive-through.
Yeah.
So you're one order, he's another order.
Yeah.
So they call you up your food.
Yeah. I grab my food. I eat the first chicken.
And so hold on, your chicken you had your 2 chicken sandwiches and your mashed potatoes.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I eat one of my original chicken sandwiches.
How much longer till your brother gets his food?
I'd say like 5 minutes. It took like I ate half my chicken sandwich and then he got his food.
But his came 2 chicken sandwiches and French fries.
Yeah.
All right, keep going.
And then we also had Grandpa like some chicken tenders, like that was including it in his order.
Okay.
And so we're in the car, I'm like, okay, I'm gonna save the rest for when I go to Grandpa's house so we can enjoy a meal together. And so we're eating, and I pull out my second chicken sandwich, I take a bite. I'm like, oh, it's not spicy.
Just normal sandwich.
Yeah, I'm like, oh, whatever. It doesn't, like, I'm fine with it. I finish that. Ralph eats one of his chicken sandwiches. He's eating his fries. He takes a bite out of his second chicken sandwich, and that is a spicy chicken sandwich.
They messed up.
Yeah, I'm like,
slow and inaccurate.
Yeah, and he blows up on me for it.
So when it's a fast food and it's slow and inaccurate, should they change the style of restaurant they are?
Slow, inaccurate.
Okay, so Ralph blows up on you.
He's saying like, Jonathan, you should have checked in with me. I'm like, what do you expect? It's Popeyes. Like I'm not, like, I don't know. Like, he's just like getting angry at me for no reason.
Yeah, I mean, look, just pretend you weren't even there with him. Like, he just went home with a spicy sandwich.
Yeah, and like, what are you gonna do about it? There's nothing you can do about it.
Here's what you're gonna do. You're gonna go on a podcast which has thousands of listeners.
Yeah, listens, but
and you're just gonna say, hey, this wasn't good, and then hopefully one day Popeyes comes and says, hey, we want to make it right.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, like, this segment is now brought to you by Popeye's Chicken.
Yeah.
Getting your order fast and accurate.
Yeah, very, very fast and very accurate. But so, Ralph blows up on me, and I'm like, okay, Ralph, I'm sorry. I'm offering to pay him back for the sandwich, and he just gives me the sandwich right now. And he's like, no. And he ends up giving me the sandwich anyways, and I didn't give him any money, so I don't like.
So it sounds like you kind of won.
Yeah, I did.
Here's what's crazy to me. So you ate three sandwiches and mashed potatoes.
Yeah. And Grandpa gave me some of his fries too.
Dude, that's insane. That is so much food. That is crazy.
And then I went to my friend's house and I ate some food there too.
Dude, if I ate 3 chicken sandwiches, I think I'd be done for the day. Like maybe even like 2 days. Like the next day I'd wake up and I'm like, I don't even think I can. Yeah, I'm good.
Yeah, well, I paid the price today.
Thank goodness for matches and bathrooms.
Yeah.
We'll end it at that.
Yeah. Next segment.
Okay, I've talked a little bit about this. Twitter's my friend, or X. X is my friend.
X. Why did they change their name?
So Elon Musk bought it. Elon Musk is a big fan of X. Like, so he started PayPal, and when he had PayPal, like he wanted it to be called like X or something like that because he just thought it was so good. And PayPal's like, no, like we kind of like PayPal. We got some good mojo with that, and so we want to keep it what it is. And and plus we think X kind of sounds like it's adult related, whatever.
Yeah.
Anyway, whatever.
But now instead of like, I'm gonna send you a tweet, or like Twitter used to be just tweet or whatever, now it's gonna be like, yeah, I'm gonna X or whatever.
Yeah, I don't know. I still call it a tweet, or I guess you could call it a post.
Yeah, what is the verbiage?
Yeah, we need somebody who's
smart,
down with the lingo.
Yeah.
So
the Duolingo.
I'm on X the other day, and I come across this this post, this tweet.
Yeah.
And it says Miss America pageant questions were different back then.
What?
So what I want us to do is we're going to go ahead and listen to this.
Okay.
Okay, this is some hard-hitting questions coming your way.
And we have to answer them.
Well, no, you're not going to answer them at all.
Oh, okay.
But I just want you to hear kind of how things were a little bit different.
This is a presidential election year. If a qualified woman were running for president, how would you feel about voting for her, and why?
If the men candidates running were qualified, I feel I would vote against her. My reasons being that women are very high-strung and emotional people. They aren't reliable enough when it comes to making a decision, a snap decision. I believe that a man in such a predicament would be able to make a more justifiable and better decision.
What, in your opinion, constitutes the ideal wife?
I imagine that the ideal wife depends entirely on the viewpoint of the husband.
Sociologists say that American women are usurping the place of the male in American life and have become too dominant. Do you agree or disagree, and why?
I do agree with that. I believe that there are far too many women in the working world. I can see many cases where this is a necessary arrangement, but I do feel that a woman's place is in the home with her husband and with her children.
Okay, so what? Like, she just said that women are bad at making snap decisions.
It is exactly what she
That
said.
is weird. That's like, I don't know. I feel like that's like turning on your own. Kind of.
So this video, I mean, I don't know when it was from, but it definitely looked like it was from the 50s or
Yeah.
so, 50s or 60s, probably 50s.
That it sounded so old.
It's definitely sounded, but so it's just kind of interesting how culture changes.
Yeah, like
Like could you imagine like right now, if you said like, hey, ma'am, I'm going to ask you to not make this snap decision because I'm a man.
yeah.
And
That-
I'm the one who can make better decisions.
Yeah, I can make better snap decisions than you, so you can just back off. Like, why would no?
How would that go over?
I don't think that would go well.
You're dating a girl and you're like, hey, just so you know,
I'm good at making snap decisions, and you're not.
I'm not gonna vote for a woman because you make bad snap decisions.
I don't think I would say that. I don't think I would just like first date. Like,
How about the second date though? I mean,
oh yeah,
like,
100%. Yeah. Yeah. I don't know why. Like that's crazy how like much that the world has changed though. Because like let's say that'd be like 70 years ago if
Yeah.
it was in the 50s. 70 years ago we were like saying stuff like that. That's crazy.
It is interesting. So back in during World War II, a lot of the men went off to war,
Mm.
and a lot of the women then went to the workplace.
Mm.
And then when men came back home from war, the women, for the most part, went back to home where they were housewives and things like that.
Yeah.
But then there was also kind of some fallout, and so there starts being divorces and things like that.
Yeah.
And so then what happened is more and more women began entering the workplace. Part of what also is interesting is life became more expensive somehow. And I don't know if life became more expensive or if we had to have things that we historically didn't have to have. Like now
Yeah.
you had to have 2 cars, you have to have cable, you have to have
Yeah.
a big nice vacation all the time. And so part of these things like were unaffordable on a single income.
But now that they have dual income,
Now they have dual income, and so now it's like, okay, we can just keep going with this.
I have a special shout out to give.
Let's hear the special shout out.
Special shout out to Grandma Joyce. It is her birthday today.
And we're not going to disclose how many years that she's celebrating today.
Let's just say she is 25 years.
Let's
times
just say there's a lot of candles on that cake.
Let's just say there's not a lot of candles on that cake.
Yeah, I mean, like, seriously, it's like a fire hazard.
Yeah, like we were lighting those candles. Like, Daddy, you sure you want to bring that in the house?
Like, get the
I had the fire.
hydrant or the
yeah,
fire extinguisher.
Yeah. No, I brought the fire hydrant.
You brought the fire hydrant. Wait, where did that fire hydrant come from? Outside, there's a spout of water just shooting up. That's not gonna be good.
The water bill's going up for the city today.
Okay, so anytime I hear Miss America stuff, I automatically go. I don't know if you've ever heard this before.
Mm.
Anytime I hear Miss America stuff, I automatically go back. There was a Miss Teen USA pageant years ago.
Oh, I remember that.
Do you remember this?
No, I have no idea what you're
All
talking
right.
about.
Well, okay. You're gonna have to hear this. It's awkward.
Oh,
It's very awkward, and you're gonna love every minute of it.
I was like, I actually might know what this is.
Okay. Recent polls have shown a fifth of Americans can't locate the U.S. on a world map. Why do you think this is?
I personally believe that U.S. Americans are unable to do so because some people out there in our nation don't have maps, and I believe that our education, like such as in South Africa and the Iraq, everywhere like such as, and I believe that they should, our education over here in the U.S. should help the U.S. or should help South Africa and should help the Iraq and the Asian countries, so we will be able to build up our future for our children.
Thank you very much, South Carolina.
Hold it. I'm gonna make a bold statement. She's blonde, isn't she?
So yes, she is. She also did not win.
Oh. Mm.
I think the most amazing thing of that entire part So Mario Lopez, the guy who plays Slater from Saved by the Bell.
Mhm.
So he's the MC, like he's the host.
Yeah.
He maintained a straight face that entire time.
How?
I don't know.
Like-
I don't know because she literally was rambling on a bunch of nothing.
It's like I think like the
It is so
reasons
bad. It is.
Americans cannot find where they live on maps is because
Such in South Africa and such. You're like,
yeah,
wait, what are
Africa don't have the American education. What is going on?
I don't know. I don't know what's going on. But here's what is going on.
Mhm.
Is we are going to have our sponsorship moment.
Oh dang!
And this podcast is brought to you by
Doc R Haldeman LLC
bringing you happiness, health, healing, and herbs.
throughout a myriad of ways.
Yeah, I mean, she's doing it.
Yeah.
And
And
so
you can contact her at 702-258-7860.
we're going to pause here for a second. We're going to bring Dr. Haldeman here. So just give us 1 second. We live? We're good? Okay, we have Dr. Haldeman here with us.
Yeah.
Look, a lot of people, we had you on 2 weeks ago. We got a lot of really good reaction.
Yeah.
That's so good.
Yeah, it is good. So, look, there's a lot of people just kind of talking about like, okay, what herbs do I need to get or what kind of, I mean, I don't know, just do you have anything you're kind of thinking of, like any good advice that you can give us?
Okay, so I think the most important piece of advice for people is to eat well. Like what you put into your body does matter. And I mean,
You are what
from
you eat.
yeah, well, seriously, and from the beginning of time, I mean, Adam and Eve, what they put into their mouth changed their body chemistry, and so I think we should learn from that. Like there is, it is important to put things in your mouth that are more natural, because when we put things that are chemical, man-made, that kind of thing, it really messes your body chemistry
Okay,
up.
so let's. There's a lot of people that like, hey, I'm eating healthy, and they think what they're doing is something that's healthy, but in reality, it's not. So, what are some of the things that you see where somebody thinks they're doing something healthy, but really it's a detriment to them?
Okay, so well, the first and most important thing about what you put into your mouth is not to judge people for what they do, because that's a boundary. I think that's important.
And look, I feel whenever I eat donuts, you judge me, but you are my wife.
That's your own personal problem.
It's like
I'm not judging you.
You come home with a box of donuts, and I'm like, oh my gosh, he's at it again.
He's at it again. And you know what's funny about? So the last time I did donuts,
Yeah.
I brought home a dozen. I seriously had 4 or 5 of those.
Oh my goodness.
I had 2 before I came home.
He's at it again.
All right, so okay, no judgment, but so, and again, like, so what are some things that maybe people are eating that you're like, man, like, if really that's not that, you think it's a healthy choice, but that's not
And
a healthy choice.
this is the way extreme, but if you cannot make it yourself, you should not be putting it into your body. Like nature makes the food, but if you take it from nature and put it on your plate, that's the best. That's the best. If you open up a bag and you're like, how did this piece of corn get into a flake? It's not going to process very well. It just doesn't. It doesn't serve you. So
It sounds like you're telling me that we shouldn't be eating Doritos.
Or Captain Crunch.
sorry, Dorito company,
They're not a sponsor, but that's okay.
Yeah.
Nor will they ever
Frito-Lay
be at
or
this
whatever.
point,
Yeah.
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 Okay, so if you can't make it, you shouldn't. So what about so protein bars or protein shakes and what are your thoughts
you
on
just shouldn't eat that. You can eat a piece of chicken. That's protein. And this is one thing. And I was in school, and I kind of, one of the patients I was seeing, he was one of the students, and he's like mentioned it was overwhelming to have you tell me all of that stuff. Like, it is overwhelming. It's overwhelming to change everything about what you were brought up eating, because we were brought up in a fast food world of convenience eating. And it is overwhelming at first, but you do what you can simply. Just basically, you change one element of your nutrition, and that's where you begin. Because that's what herbs are. They are things that are made from nature that help your body to be their medicine. Your food is your medicine. It helps you to be strong and healthy. So,
all right, so give me an example of like, I'm sick, I'm not feeling good, and you say, hey, just change one thing. What one thing would you recommend? Where do I start?
Bone broth. That is a really great thing to put. You get bones from the chicken that you roasted last night, and you put it in a pot of water, and it doesn't matter what type of pot or water you have. It just put it, whatever you can, put it in there, and then you turn it on to simmer, and you make a soup stock with that, a bone broth with that.
What kind of benefits are you seeing from that?
Everything that is in the bone leaches into the water. That is very nutritious for your body. You've got the marrow of the bone, all of the minerals that are in the bone. We can go to extremes and talk about the quality of the meat that you're getting, but basically, essentially, it doesn't matter. That is better than a kick in the teeth.
Go get a rotisserie chicken from Costco.
Yep. If that's where you want to start, that's great.
And my guess is you'd probably say, hey, don't start with, again, you start wherever you want, but rotisserie Costco is probably going to be different than rotisserie, organic, farm raised,
whatever. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
But you start where you can.
And what kind of benefits should people expect to see from bone broth?
Well, if you change your diet extremely, you're gonna have die-off, which is it's like a Herx reaction is what it's called. And so at first, when you stop eating junk, it will cause you to be in pain, and that's very deterring for some people, but it will cause rash. It'll cause maybe sometimes a little sinus infection. It'll cause pink eye. It's your body is getting rid of it and starts to overreact and overrespond, and your immune system will start to get rid of the junk that's built up in there. And it'll be uncomfortable first, but you give it a good 2 weeks and you're good to go. Even like when people decide to not drink caffeinated beverages or coffee or something like that, it'll be hurtful at first, and then it'll get a lot easier.
All right, so this is probably the last question. Let's talk caffeine real quick. So you've talked to me a little bit about this past, about how caffeine is one of the hottest of the herbs.
Material. Yeah, so caffeine is the hottest substance in materia medica in Chinese medicine. So each item of nutrition that you take in has a nature and a quality. And for instance, duck is cold and chicken is warm, and that's just kind of an example.
Wait,
so
and you want cold, right?
Not necessarily. It depends on who you are and what your body does. But caffeine is the hottest substance in all of Chinese medicine. So regardless of if it's nature or if it's man-made, it goes very fast. It causes your body to be under a different level of stress. And so when you take that into the body, some people can't get rid of it. Some people do fine with it, but it is the hottest substance in materia medica. So,
okay. So it being hot, what's the danger in that?
Sometimes we live in a very fast-paced environment, which is hot. It's more yang. Hot heat is yang. It's that Taiji symbol, the black and white symbol. So, that on Kung Fu Panda, they have that.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah.
I know
Kung Fu Panda got Johnny excited.
Yeah. The white side is yang. The black side is yin. So yang, that's represented by masculine, summertime, daytime, fast movement, fire is yang. The energy that moves the blood in the body is yang. And so we live in a very fast-paced society where you go, go, go all the time. That is very yang. And so if you're putting yang items in your body when you're very young, fiery, it can cause, hot flashes. It can burn up your moisture, which you need that for your hair, your nails, your skin. Like you need that for tears. Like all of the moisture in your body, it can cause fiery things to happen in there. So.
Okay.
Dang.
So when you sit down with Dr. Haldeman, just expect to get a wealth of knowledge on a myriad of topics.
Uh-huh.
So thank you, Dr. Haldeman. We appreciate you joining us.
Yep.
Thank you for having me.
All right.
All right.
What's it like having that be your mom?
Awesomeness.
It is pretty cool, right?
Yeah.
I remember when she was getting into this kind of stuff, we were poor.
Oh, my gosh.
And, like Aubrey was having some health issues as she was like 2, and she was like, we got to go to doctors weren't giving her answers. Renee was having some health issues. Doctors weren't giving her answers. And so
I remember it. I remember it.
And I remember like they don't take insurance, and so she spent a good chunk of cash getting healthy, and now many 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 years later she turned into that practitioner that's helping people out, and I love it.
Yeah, I remember Aubrey not feeling good.
Dude, you weren't even alive. Get out of here, man. Let's talk movies. Did you watch any movies?
Well, I started watching Sonic 3 at my friend's house.
Sounds terrible.
Well, it was like pirated or something.
Sounds
it was pirated, so it always had this logo at the top, just big yellow logo. And like most of the scenes, I don't know, like you can always see this thing. And like within the first 10 minutes of the movie, they added some random other thing, like it was like a sponsor or something. And it was this guy, and he's like, food, gambling, and he was just putting a bunch of these things in a blender, like cards and like a hamburger or something. And it was so weird. I did not know what was going on, but yeah, we could not stand it. It was like,
So I was telling you a little bit about this yesterday or today. I watched this movie on Netflix called Number 24.
Yeah.
It was good. I like World War II movies, and I feel like the Europeans are coming out with a lot of these cool World War II movies.
Yeah.
So long story short, it's about a guy that was in Norway after the Germans took over Norway, and he stood up to the Nazi regime. Him and a group of other people, and like they blew up a factory that was making ammunition.
Dang.
So it's kind of weird. Like they're blowing up a factory in their country, but their factory is making ammunition for the Germans. So we got to get rid of this. They also they blew up a couple things. Then there was people that were in Norway that had turned and become friends with the Nazis, and they're like, well, yeah, they're Norwegian, but they're killing our people. And so what do we do about this? And so they had to make this decision, like, do we kill our own people? They ended up killing about 82 of them. But anyway, it was a good movie. It was definitely, I would recommend if you like World War II stuff.
Yeah,
good movie. I mean, it's not Saving Private Ryan because it's not as much like crazy action and
Saving
stuff
Private
like that.
Ryan is the greatest movie of all time.
It's up there.
It's
a really good movie.
Yeah,
if it was a true story, I would agree with you. But because it's not a true story, it's just inspired by true events or whatever.
What was that one movie with Mark Wahlberg that you watched?
Lone Survivor.
Yeah, that one's a good one.
Lone Survivor is good, yeah. War movies, look, it's one of those things. I mean, I don't know. I don't always like being entertained by violence, but sometimes you're like, it's amazing what the human spirit can do. How we can bond. And
also, this sponsor is segmented by
Cinemark.
Yeah.
Get your movie pass, $10 a month or whatever it is.
Yeah.
Get a movie ticket. There's a movie out that I want to see. I think it's called, is it Dark Angel? I don't know. Mufasa. Is that good?
I don't know.
Is that the Lion King thing or
it's
something?
It's like Mufasa's backstory.
Is Mufasa the bad lion?
No, Scar is the bad lion.
Oh, Mufasa's the
dad or whatever.
Yeah. Maybe it's like a Wicked twist where it's like, turns out Mufasa's not as good as we think.
Yeah. Scar had a British accent the whole time is what I heard. So it was like awkward.
So how does one brother have a British accent and the other one doesn't?
I don't know. Different actors.
So here's what's funny. There's this lady that I work with, because you don't work with me.
Yeah.
So there's this lady I work with, and she's from New York, has total thick New York accent.
Yeah. Park the car.
Seriously, it's super thick. She's lived in Vegas for like 30 plus years.
Dang.
And she still just keeps that super thick New York accent. She actually moved here when she was in high school. She has a twin sister. You talk to her twin sister, like they look very much the same. They're not identical twins, but you can tell, yeah, you guys are definitely sisters.
Yeah.
She speaks like a normal Las Vegas person. So the one that has the accent decided wholeheartedly, I'm a New Yorker, and ain't nobody gonna stop me.
Yeah.
And she just has that accent that she just rolls with.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, it's unique. It's unforgettable.
Yeah. There's a movie that I kind of want to see, but it's probably not gonna end up being as good as I thought.
What is it?
It's like a new Captain America movie.
We talked about this a couple weeks ago.
Yeah.
Look, you're gonna love it. It's gonna be everything you want it to be.
So here's what's funny. Captain America died in one of the big movies.
How did he die? I thought I guess he's not invincible.
No, but he went back in time and he lived with his dream wife,
Oh.
and then he just lived up to the day that, like, you know,
Time travel will get you like that.
yeah, it's pretty crazy.
If you could time travel only backwards, would you do that? Like, and I'm like, you go there, you have to stay in that time. Is there an era that you would go back to?
I don't know. Like, I don't know. Like, I don't want to go back. Like, I kind of want to stay. Like, I don't know. I would go back and like see what it was like when when you were a kid. Like, go to your school or whatever. That'd be awesome. That'd be so funny.
I mean, here's what's cool. Here's what's kind of cool about what we're doing here with this podcast, right?
Mm.
Is, I mean, you're gonna get married, you're gonna have kids.
Yeah.
Your kids won't be able to see how you're living right now, but them listening to these conversations, they'll kind of have an idea of what you were like when you were this age.
Yeah, and then I'll when I go back in time, I'll be like, dang, my dad was a real gangster.
I don't think that's the term you would use. I think you'd say, my dad looks a lot like I do.
That do you think like if like
And you'd probably say my dad is a clown.
if we went to the same school, people would be like, "Are you guys twins?" I'm like, wait, I don't even know this guy.
I've never seen this kid. And in fact, if I looked like him, I'd be embarrassed.
Yeah, you're like that. You mean that ugly guy over there?
Yeah, the one that looks just like you.
What?
I don't look like that.
Since when did I look like that ugly mug over there?
I'll tell you, yeah, life. Man, I keep messing with this microphone.
Oh.
Life is good.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like, there's definitely things in the past that I would love to go back and see, but if I had to stay in that era, that would be really hard.
Yeah, like
I would love to go back and see Jesus when Jesus was alive. I would love to go and just see all that.
Yeah.
But now if I got to stick in that time frame, I'm like,
you're like pooping in a hole.
I think about this next time tomorrow when you're taking a shower.
Oh.
I think about
probably won't take a shower
every.
Personal hygiene isn't very important to me.
Every time I take a hot shower, I
Mhm.
seriously think about this. I think I'm treated better right now than kings and queens from most of all of humanity.
Yeah.
Like the fact that I can stand under a hot shower.
It's amazing.
It's amazing. Like, it's that in and of itself is wonderful.
I think I bet like if I went back in time, if I could, so I probably would go back to the time of the plague. I would. No, I'm not joking. I actually
So I could
thought
die really quickly.
No. I wouldn't die. I'd bring vaccines with me. Okay. I would live out in the woods alone. I would have a secret bunker in my house. Like, my house looks like a medieval house. And then I just like lift up my bed and I go downstairs and I have like this giant like.
It's not how it works. Like,
game room,
Okay,
like ping pong table.
let's
got
put
my friends down there with me.
Let's play this one out. All right. So you go down to your secret bunker with your game room. So
Yeah.
you go to play what game are you playing?
I don't know.
Here's problem number one. You don't have electricity. So you
Solved.
brought your Xbox with you.
No.
You brought your TV with you.
No,
There's no power outlet.
Okay, so I can solve that. Okay.
Let's hear it.
So I'm next to a river, and I put one of those twisty things, and so the water goes through, and it pushes.
Do you know how to right now? Do you know how to do this?
Of course.
Okay,
You
so
get a tire.
No, dude, I'm saying like you're. It's not like you're showing up there with like 100 of the best engineers and geniuses. Like, you can't go down to like Best Buy or wherever. You can't order something on Amazon and
Dang.
2-day deliver it to you.
I mean, so my idea basically here is like I just like I'll have my medieval house. I'll keep it clean, and I know personal hygiene. I'll probably get myself like a running shower. Figure out how to do water heater and stuff like that. And then people were like, come to my house, and they're like, "How have you not died yet?" And I'm like, "It's called personal hygiene, bro." And then they're like, "Dang, we need to do that." Boom, and I just solved the plague.
Let's end this segment by listening to an old highlight.
Okay.
All right. So things aren't always what So speaking about food and things aren't always what they seem to be. So this reminds me of a story from a buddy of mine I used to work with. And when this guy tells the story, it's so much better. So he's from Ireland. He has this Irish accent. And to me, that just makes any... I'm going to stop that. We're going to have to edit some stuff out because I think we already shared that story.
Oh, we did?
Yeah.
I don't remember it.
That's okay. I'll play this one now.
We've
been on a little bit of kick lately.
Yeah, I've been watching a lot of Brian Frosting movies.
Brian who the heck are you talking about?
He's in Barbie. He's in La La Land.
Wait, what's this guy's name?
Brian Frosting. I think Frosting?
Ryan Gosling.
No, it's
silly me.
It's Brian Frosting.
So maybe you did hit your head pretty good. Maybe. All right, so you watched some Brian Frost. Does it still drive you nuts to hear your voice?
Oh yeah, I just I can't get over I sound like this. It's oh my goodness,
it makes me love you so much more when I hear that.
I feel like now I'm like this, big tough guy.
Your voice is gonna get deeper.
Yeah, and then in the future when we're doing this podcast a year from now, I'm like, dang, my voice was so high.
Yeah, because we'll do some more highlights back then.
Yeah, and back literally when I was doing that, I thought my voice was pretty deep. I thought I had a nice deep voice.
Well, look, I don't want to tell the ladies too much about what's going on in your personal life.
Oh,
but you did bench press 115 pounds this past week.
Oh yeah, it was easy.
I mean, you did it. You manned up. You nailed that lift. It was pretty impressive.
Just boom. I just did it.
It was awesome. Yeah. And so. Look, if you're benching 115 now, bro, what's going to happen to you in a little bit?
215. 1 year from now. So this is 365 days. I'm going to bench 365 more pounds. So that would be four.
Nobody can do the math on this one.
Yeah, probably 4,000.
4,000 pounds.
Yeah.
Thanks for listening, everybody. It's always a pleasure having you with us.
Yeah.
Brandon, why don't you just do something to exit us? So go ahead and hit it.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah! Cats in the cradle and the silver spoon. Little boy blue and the man on the moon.